melody of different instruments. A new style of an ancient music composition. The sound of the steppe is eternity, and the history will never end. Watch the program Sounds of the Great Steppe on Kazakh TV. The dombyra is a priceless instrument of Kazakh people. There was the dombyra instrument with 3 strings in ancient times, and different sounds came through these strings. The tuning peg of this instrument was also different. If you would like to listen to melody from these 3 strings, 3 different musics will come from this dombyra instrument and give sounds of a running horse or rain.
Домбыра жалпы ел арасында қос бұралды домбыра дейді. Неге десеңіз,
Constantly, this dombyra instrument with 3 strings can change the sounds through the tuning peg. In music language, we call it quart quint. And from here, we have a meaning of changing the sounds of a dombyra.
Сол енді жалпы шүкті домбыра 20 ғасырдың 1960 жылдарға дейін
Constantly, this dombyra with 3 strings was not researched till 1960s of the 20th century. We can say this instrument was destroyed. Owing to Russian politics of those times, we lost a lot of poets and their compositions.
Өлең жырларын, күйлерін, ән күйлерін осы күнге дейін жоғалтып алдық.
This cue composition is titled as Karakere Kabanbay. The composition was written for his warriors and for their brave character. From this composition, we can notice an excited and delightful mood. A melody which came through these 3 strings gave an atmosphere of calm and peace. Every string has its own place on the instrument, and each fret gives a different sound. Тарих бойынша Қаракерей Қабанбайдың әскерінде 22 дабылшы болған дейді. We know from the history as there were 22 drummers of Kazakh Kabanbay's army. During the battle, 22 warriors went to their enemy with playing on the drum.
Енді сіздер ойлап қараңыз, бір дабылды мысалға 3 метр дабыл, оны 2 адам қаққан кезде.
For example, when they played on the drum with a 3-meter size, the sound could be heard for 5 kilometers. And there were 22 drummers.
Соны енді Каракерей Кабанбайдың енді
All occupying people of Karake Kabanbai were talented. They were back with a victory and played on the drum and also on the three strings dombra instrument as well.
Ұрандатып, өлең айтып, осы шекті домбырада орындаған күйлер.
Abai and Shakarim played on this dombra instrument with three strings. Later a poet, Kulin Shak, Almangambet, and Shakir Abenov played. Currently, Nurgul Akim Kojaeva and Jarkin Shakarimder renewed this heritage instrument. The sounds of this instrument are different, and most of the time, steppe composition is played.
Жалпы енді көптеген күйлер 1965 жылы Құрманғазы.
In 1965, when the Folk and Art Department, named after Kurmangazi, went for an expedition, and one person whose last name was Azim Khanov played more than 7 cue compositions there. On that expedition, there were written Kalmyks cue compositions as Bozaygir and Tor Shorga and other compositions as well.
Жазып алған болатын. Сосын бертін келе осы 1970 жылдардан бастап 80 жылдарға Болат Сарыбаев.
Later, from the 1970s till 1980, Bolat Saribayev researched a dombra instrument with a lot of strings. He is a musicologist. Abzar Aukhadiev made professionally the dombra instrument with 3 strings. Jarkin Shakarim, who is an honored musician of the Republic of Kazakhstan, currently plays cue compositions on that dombra.
Қазақстан еңбек сіңірген қайраткері, құрмет орденінің иегері, сол кісі өзі этнограф, ғалым, зерттеуші. Сол кісі соның домбырасымен әлі күнге дейін тартып жүр.
Composition Insurrection of Karkara was written by the musician. He describes sorrowful times of the Kazakh people. Sounds of sorrow and sadness came from the dombra instrument. This composition connected the history of today and the past. The melody of the composition is pleasant and gentle. We can feel also as the composition is played from a deep heart of the young cue player.
жетісу өңірінің тумасы болғандықтан осы қарқара көтерілісі жалпы осы өңірде ең көп көтерілістер болған екен. Соған арнап енді мына қаншама қазақ бауырларымыз, аталарымыз, зиялы қауым.
We were born in Jitisu and had situations as in the composition Insurrection of Karkara. There were people who wanted to protect the land and nations, and from the result this composition was written. I read about it and thought deeply. I came to the thought when I opened Mukhtar Ovezov's novel Different Times. Then I produced this Q composition.
Сонда бір беттерін ақтарып отырып бір ойға келесің, неше түрлі ой болады. Мысалға мен сол уақытта болсам мен не істер едім, қандай жағдайда болушы едім деген сияқты. Сондықтан сол бірден шықты осы күй. Енді бірі білсе, бірі біле бермейді. Енді бұны әнде сүйемелдеген бұл мен.
Subsequently, some people know and other people may not know this composition. The song was accompanied through the melody of this composition. Unfortunately, our Q compositions were produced later. For example, this composition can be played with a terme composition method. We know the Q composition, Jildirmia, which was produced as a private genre. An ancestor of Q composition Kurmangazi and Tatimbet had their own Jildirmia composition. And Baojan's singularity of this composition as he wrote it for the dombra was on a 3-string instrument. You can feel the running horse and happy moments through the melody.
Көбінесе мына
This is a bourdon instrument with 3 strings and they are smaller than the dombra, but the shape of bourdon is different. Subsequently, singers hold it as a decoration with them. The first string gives a harmonic melody, and singers can sing a composition.